Many people think of wildlife as something found deep in forests or far from towns and cities. But in New Zealand, some of the most fascinating wildlife lives right outside our windows. In gardens across the country, birds bring color, movement, and song to our everyday lives. Whether it's the loud metallic call of the Tauhou, the gentle flutter of a Pīwakawaka, or the heavy wing beats of a passing Korimako, these birds connect people with nature. Even the smallest backyard can host a surprising variety of bird life. But which birds are the most common visitors to New Zealand gardens? How are their populations changing? And what can we do to help them thrive? Today we explore the garden birds of New Zealand. New Zealand gardens are increasingly home to several native species. One of the most iconic is the Korimako, also known as the New Zealand pigeon. With its iridescent feathers and large size, it's impossible to miss. Korimako are important seed dispersers, capable of swallowing large native fruits that smaller birds cannot handle. Another familiar visitor is the lively Pīwakawaka, or Fantail. These small birds seem almost fearless, often darting close to people as they chase insects stirred up by movement. Then there's the musical Tauhou, a bird famous for its extraordinary vocal range. Tauhou can produce clicks, whistles, and mechanical-sounding notes. In flowering seasons, they gather around nectar-rich trees like cowhide and flax. Finally, one of the most common native birds in gardens is the Silvereye, also called Tauhou or wax-eye. This tiny olive-green bird with a distinctive white eye ring travels in flocks and feeds on nectar, insects, and fruit. Together, these species show how even urban gardens can support native wildlife. Not all common garden birds in New Zealand are native. Many species were introduced by European settlers in the 19th century, and some are now among the most familiar birds in the country. The house sparrow is probably the most numerous bird seen in gardens nationwide. These adaptable birds thrive alongside humans and often gather around feeders and outdoor eating areas. Another common species is the European starling, which forms large flocks and feeds on insects in lawns and farmland. The melodious common blackbird is also widespread, often seen hopping across lawns in search of worms. In the northern parts of the country, gardens may also host the common myna, a highly adaptable bird known for its loud calls and competitive behavior around food. These introduced birds now form a major part of the urban bird community. One of the best ways to understand how birds are doing in our towns and cities is through the New Zealand Garden Bird Survey. This nationwide citizen science project began in 2007 and is organized by Manaki Wenua, Landcare Research with support from Birds New Zealand. Each year, people across the country take part in a simple activity. They spend 1 hour watching birds from their garden, backyard, or local park, recording the maximum number of each species they see at one time. Over the years, tens of thousands of surveys have been submitted, creating one of the largest data sets on urban bird life in the country. Birds are often described as backyard barometers because changes in their numbers can reveal changes in the environment. Recent survey results show encouraging signs for several native birds. Over the past decade, Korimako numbers have increased overall, although some regions have seen short-term declines. Fantail numbers have risen significantly over the long term. Tauhou populations have also increased nationally. Silvereye numbers appear relatively stable in recent years. These trends may reflect improved habitat, predator control efforts, and increasing public awareness of urban wildlife. But the data also highlights how fragile bird populations can be and how important it is to continue monitoring them. Despite the positive trends in some species, garden birds still face significant threats. One of the biggest dangers comes from introduced predators. Among these predators are stoats, rats, and possums, but in urban areas, one of the most widespread predators is the domestic cat. Domestic cats are natural hunters. Even well-fed pets will often chase birds and other wildlife. Across the world, studies have shown that cats kill large numbers of birds each year. In gardens, birds feeding on the ground or nesting in shrubs can be particularly vulnerable. Young birds learning to fly are especially at risk. Predation is only one challenge. Birds must also cope with habitat loss, pesticide use reducing insect food, glass window collisions, and the gradual replacement of natural vegetation with lawns and paved surfaces. Together, these factors can reduce the number of safe nesting and feeding sites for birds. Fortunately, gardeners can play a powerful role in helping birds. Even small changes can make a garden far more welcoming to wildlife. Plant native trees and shrubs. Native plants such as cowhide, flax, and manuka provide nectar, insects, and fruit. Dense shrubs and hedges also offer safe nesting sites and shelter from predators. Replacing parts of a sterile lawn with trees, shrubs, and ground cover can dramatically increase habitat for birds. Provide feeding stations. Bird feeders can help birds during times when natural food is scarce. Feeders offering fruit, nectar solutions, or seed mixes may attract species such as silvereyes, sparrows, and Tauhou. Clean feeders regularly to prevent disease spread. Install nest boxes. Nest boxes provide additional safe nesting spaces, especially in urban areas where natural tree cavities are scarce. Different species prefer different designs, so nest boxes should match the needs of the birds you hope to attract. Provide water. A shallow bird bath can supply clean water for drinking and bathing. Place it where birds can easily escape if threatened. With thoughtful planting and simple features, a garden can become a thriving miniature ecosystem. Across New Zealand, many organizations are working to restore bird populations. The Department of Conservation supports conservation programs and wildlife sanctuaries throughout the country. Community groups and volunteers run predator control programs in forests, reserves, and urban areas. A major national initiative is Predator Free 2050, an ambitious plan to eliminate several invasive predators, including rats, stoats, and possums, from New Zealand by the year 2050. These efforts are already helping some native birds return to areas where they were once rare. The birds visiting our gardens are more than just pleasant background wildlife. They are indicators of environmental health, pollinators of plants, and dispersers of seeds. They remind us that even in towns and cities, nature is still present. By planting bird-friendly gardens, reducing predator risks, and taking part in surveys like the New Zealand Garden Bird Survey, anyone can help protect these remarkable species.